My name is Jiaoying Summers. Don't worry about pronouncing Jiaoying. My iPhone auto-correct Jiaoying to annoying. People also ask me, why don't you have a Chinese last name? I had one before I got married. I was a hoe. Hi guys, I'm Jiaoying Summers. Welcome to the Tiger Milf Podcast. I am so excited to have my idol on this episode. She is absolutely the American dream. Beauty, grace, and power, and kindness. And I just cannot wait for this amazing woman to share her story and inspire all of you. Are you ready for the very amazing, my idol, Tony Ko? Here we go. Here you are, Tony.
Oh my God.
First of all, like, what's going on with your hair? What's the magic? Why your hair looks so amazing?
My hair?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it looked very orange.
It's beautiful. It just
like it?
when
Thanks.
I color my hair, everything's gone. Like I lose so much hair. Like why? Because I've first time I seen you in person is you giving a speech in Santa Monica for a women empowerment event, 2016, and I was standing in line trying to talk to you, but it was a long line, so I couldn't get to you. But like, I remember your hair was blonde, and it's been how many years? 2016 to now. It's like we're both Asians. We can do the math. 7 years. Your hair like so healthy. What's the secret?
No, they're not that healthy.
You look amazing.
I used to actually have black hair until I was like 35 or something. And
You are not 35 anymore?
Ha ha, thank you.
Wow.
I was 35 long time ago.
I think the time just frozen.
But thank you. But I used to have black hair, and the reason I went light is because I was getting way too much gray, and gray on jet black hair is so visible that I wanted to go lighter, so then the colors blend in a little bit.
It's beautiful because I think if it's gray, it's easier to go blonde.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I could get this color without having the colors like damaged so much, because like
Brilliant.
yeah, no, I'm 50, so half my hair is gray.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I know it's recent. Happy birthday and congratulations on receiving the Business Visionary Award at the Asia Society.
Oh,
It's
thank
it's so amazing to see you and Aquafina, two of my favorite Asian women, to get the award that night. It was so beautiful. And oh my God, your friends plus me, we are, I mean, okay, guys, Asia Society is like really prestigious, a lot of rich people, there. So it's like people are like really like, and then when Tony was on stage, the girls like, woo, 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 woo! Like everybody's like they are in Texas, like screaming. And everybody was like, I wish I had friends like that. Remember? Like everybody's like, oh my God, I wish they were my friends.
Table number 7.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Yeah, legendary. Yeah. Everybody's like, they want to be a part of that. Because express your feelings. And that's also the spirit of you. You just are so brave and bright. And you just always bring the party everywhere you go. It's just like, let's do it. Be happy,
You think so? But then the party girl's gone though. I quit drinking tequila, so tequila Tony's gone.
Well, Tony,
just calm Zen Tony.
I remember when I was at your house, you have this beautiful piece of art that your maid was making me tea, which is beautiful. But like, there's something there at your living room table. It's like the sound, or I forgot what was it. I told you I'm like, oh Tony, I'm so stressed out because I was going through my divorce, remember? And you have it's something with music. What is it? I don't know. It's rich people thing.
No, it's woo-woo people thing.
What is
Biocharger.
Biocharger?
Yeah. Biocharger. Yeah.
So what does it do to your body?
It just, there's like a lot of programs within Biocharger, and you turn it on and you sit in front of it for like 20 minutes, and it creates like these like electrical waves and sound out of the machine, and it goes into your cells, and it, like, you could either get relaxed or energized. They have programs to, I don't know, like anti-wrinkle, better memory, like all kinds of different programs. Just sit on it. Sit on it, sit in front of it.
Okay, I would like to sit on it, but
it's too big.
Okay. Wow, okay. Now I really want to sit on it. Well, I'll get it when I get rich. I'll buy one. Tell me your dealer. I'm going to get one. I just wanted to share with you how we met. I think it's just such a beautiful story, so empowering that I thought I would never be able to talk to you ever in my life because it's so hard to approach you. You are so friendly, but like it's just like when I met you the first time, I know who you are before I came to that event for sure. I've been a fan of your brand NYX long time ago. It's so affordable. It works so well, and I've been always buying NYX when I was in college. And when I saw you giving a speech, and it was so empowering, and I really wanted to talk to you, but like the line was so long, and I really had to go somewhere, so I wasn't able to get closer to you. It's 2016, and like I think it's 2021, right? We met again at Catherine's restaurant.
Yeah.
Catherine's restaurant, Kyoto?
Teatro. Santa Monica.
In Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And you actually, I was like, oh my God, that's Tony Ko. I think I was standing next to Kelly Hu.
That's crazy because I saw you. You were wearing the pink dress.
Yes.
And I literally went, wait, that's that girl on TikTok. And I was fangirling on you.
I know. I couldn't believe you were fangirling on me. And you came and you say hi. I'm like, I know who you are. You are Tony Ko. And I wasn't able to approach you because the line was so long. I had to go somewhere. And that's how we met. Isn't that beautiful? It's so nice.
I think it is absolutely beautiful.
And the following year, like last year, we got inducted into Asian Hall of Fame on November. It was such an honor to be there with you. You were wearing a beautiful green silk dress with a big bow.
Oh yeah, that's Jason Wu's dress.
Jason Wu's so amazing.
Yes.
I love it. It's like a glove on you. It's so elegant and beautiful.
You know what I loved about that dress? That it had pockets. I love dresses with pockets.
You can put your phone in there.
Because you know, like you get social anxiety. You don't know what to do with your hands, and like you're all wobbly. Like, what do I do with the hands? When you have pockets, you just put your hands in the pocket.
You look elegant, like a Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah, and you could like fix your posture with the pocket.
Like Audrey Hepburn. Yeah. So beautiful. Your house is so gorgeous. I love how you like every corner is very Tony. Like it's just like it's Tony house. Everything is Tony. I just love how elegant it is.
Oh my God, people are gonna think that I have like name Tony written everywhere.
No, it's like a Tony arts, like the art Tony likes. It's like the house is more like filled with art and beauty.
I love collecting art.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not an art connoisseur, but I'm getting to learn more about collectible art.
Mm-hmm.
So like the definite difference between just a pretty thing to look at and like an investment piece.
Yes,
It's
nice.
very interesting. The art world is very interesting.
Like art is like pretty boy or like a nice guy material, a good guy material.
I don't know if it will compare to a pretty boy because pretty boys will eventually get old and their stocks will drop versus the art, the value of the pieces keep going on. So it's like more like a fine wine.
I love it. Oh, fine wine.
Yeah.
That's better. That's better. I've met your mom, I think 2 times in person. One is at the Asian Society, another one is a few weeks ago at Asian Society is a few weeks ago, and the last time was last year at the Asian Hall of Fame. She's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. She's 78.
I cannot tell.
Yeah, she's had a lot of work done. No.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, work's good.
I'm just kidding.
I
mean, she does like stuff, but
I'm just very curious because you and I are both Asian girls. Like, how was it when you were in Korea? The way your mom talked to you and the way you grow up, you felt like everybody else is like that. But when you come to America and you compare with your friend, seeing your mom say to you and seeing their mom to say them, do you feel like it's very different?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, when I first heard a parent say "I love you" to their children, I was shocked. I was literally shocked. I couldn't believe it because I had a non-Asian boyfriend for the first time when I was in like my mid-30s or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was Canadian, a very good-looking guy, and he was on the phone with a woman, and that was his mom. So he said he was on a call with his mom, and I could hear like a woman's voice, and I hear "I love you," and I just went ballistic. I'm like, that is not your mom. Like, how
Are you cheating on me?
do parents like children and like a son and a mom say "I love you" to each other? Because that's non-existent in our culture.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah, it was his mom.
Oh my God.
And that it took me, what, I was like 34, 35 or something. It took me that long to learn that you could actually say I love you to your friends or to your family members.
Yeah, it's not. It's very weird in Asian culture.
I know.
I
But
don't think
the
it
thing is, you
happens.
know that they love you.
Yeah,
It's
I
an
know.
unspoken language.
Yeah, they'll do anything for you, but they won't say it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like it's like also like in Asian culture, your parents want you to live with them forever. But in American culture, they kick you out when you're 18, like get out from my house.
Yeah.
But like the Asian parents are like, are you moving? Are you leaving? We should live together forever.
I wasn't allowed to move out until I was 27. I literally begged my mom to let me go and live by myself for 6 months.
The beauty about Asian mom, they will make amazing food for you. And when you are eating, too much rice, stop eating. But if you don't eat anything, you don't like my cooking. What's wrong with my cooking?
My mom used to take food away from me.
Right? She's thinking eating too much. But if you don't eat anything, she'll be like, what's wrong with my cooking? You don't like my food or something? Like there's nothing you can do to make them say things you want. But like they love you. They do anything for you.
Oh, absolutely. They'll give you a shirt off their back,
Yeah.
last penny in their bank account. They'll literally die for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But they would not say I love you
No,
to
they
you.
won't.
Yeah.
I just because
or I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not in the vocabulary.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because I just like to talk to people like you who is super, super beautiful and successful and kind and just like literally amazing. And I want you to tell me, like, for example, when you get on the Forbes magazine on the cover, and what did your mom say?
Nothing. That laugh.
It's from the soul. I mean, did you just put a magazine in front of her?
Yeah, nothing.
Did she like just look at it or like sigh or something?
I think she made a comment about my dress or something.
What did she say about
but-
that dress?
Huh? I was wearing this like black lace top with like the chiffon.
Poof, right? Chiffon. Yeah, I saw
yeah, dress. And I was sitting down. And I was sitting down because everybody else was standing. And I was sitting down because I actually had broken my ankle. So I couldn't stand. So I had to sit. But I don't know. I think my mom made some comment about my dress.
What
Like
did
she
she
didn't
say?
like the dress that I was wearing or something. But nothing.
She just like, I wish you were wearing a different dress.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow, I wouldn't expect anything less because I saw her. I'm like, that's Tony's mom. She's just like, she looked like such like a beautiful, kind, sweet lady. But like the Asian mom, they are so good at roasting. They will say one sentence that you feel attacked at the moment, but then you bleed out 2 hours later with something else beneath it.
Yeah, I think what it is they're really critical, but they're critical and they tell you their criticism as is without any masking over
No
the
filter.
criticism, no filter at all. But they do it because they love you.
I
They
think so.
really want you to do better.
Yeah, they think of like, I feel like because our parents, they are from the time that you have to survive.
Oh, yeah.
It's so hard, you have to survive. So they just have that mentality, you have to be the best or you can't be happy, have anything in life. And so they just want to give the knowledge they have for you to be as good, do as good as you can so you don't have to suffer.
Oh yeah. So I mean I've been going through therapy about this for a very long time and I've been working on it like really deeply in the last 5 years. And I think me like getting older and being more mature, like completely like I have different points of view about like the Asian parenting or it like I have a different point of view about it like today than I did 6 months ago as well. But there was a point where I absolutely just loved them, and there was a point where I absolutely hated them. There was a point I was forgiving them, and there was like all of this. And I used to think that my parents were like the worst parents in the entire world, but at the same time, they're the best parents in the entire world too. The things that they have done for me. I mean, so it is the things that they have done to me, and at the same time, the things that they have done for me are the worst of the worst and then the best of the best at the same time.
Wow, that's so important. Like because for when I was younger, me and my mom, we were not talking for 2 years. I can't talk to her. And I was very resentful. I resent everything she did to me. She said to me. And now she's my best friend. She's the reason why I can have a career. I can tour. She devoted her whole life to take care of my children. But I think I'm going through the same process as you. Is that they are doing the best they know how to make everything, give us everything they can. And I just start to forgive my mom. For example, I think 2 weeks ago, I was going to my accountant. I also have this big showcase with CIA. And I was like, oh, Mom, I'm just so exhausted with this divorce. My husband's so nasty. He's so messy. I lost all my money. And she's like, well, you were dying to marry him because you have no self-esteem. I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry. I can't fight with you right now because after we fight, you're going to go home and drink some tea and go to your rose garden and just watch a movie. I have to go on stage and give the best I can. She's like, cancel the show. Cancel it. Cancel the show. Well, I'm not I can't even talk to you now. I'm too much. I can't even. Then I just for the first time I stood up for myself. I said, Mama, you and I need space. You're gonna go home right now, and I just can't have you with me right now because I'm not canceling the show. I can't cancel the show because the kids gotta eat. I'm gonna go to the show. I need to meditate and then go on the show and give the best performance of my career. And you're gonna go home and do your thing. And I don't appreciate you saying that to me because I'm not stupid. I wasn't stupid. I thought I met the love of my life. And turned out it wasn't what I wanted. But that doesn't make me stupid. And she's like, you're always selfish. I said, I am selfish at times, but I'm not always selfish. Saying me always selfish is because you hate my ex-husband. You are angry, so you project your anger on me so you can feel better about your anger towards him. And she's like, huh? My mom's like, I can see the question mark all over her head. Because with my therapy, I'm trying to speak like somebody who understands anger and resentment. And she wasn't screaming or arguing. She just really took it in and she just reflected. When I got home, she didn't scream at me. She's like, are you hungry? Do you want some chicken soup? I said, you don't want to argue anymore, Mom? She goes, no, I don't want to talk about it. Are you hungry? It was like a new page. I'm like, oh, that's progress.
Yeah.
When I was able to not screaming back at her like, why would you say that to me? You're so mean to me. I didn't say that because I know my mom wasn't trying to make me feel bad. She was just frustrated at my ex. And she just got so much anger in her stomach. She just won't let it out. And that's the only way she knows how is to just make me feel bad so she can feel better. I don't know what it is, but I'm
anger
learning.
Attracts anger. Love attracts love.
Yeah.
Kindness attracts kindness. So if you're calm and just peaceful in every conversation, and that's what you get in return. So
so I'm learning so much, and what you said really resonates with me is because the older we get, the more we understand is that their point of view is based on their life experiences.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially my parents' generation in Korea. So Korean War ended in 1953, and I was born in 1973. And I believe my father was about 30 years old, and then that means my mom was probably maybe 28 years old or something. So that means my dad and my mom, they have spent their most informative years, the first 7 years of their lives, during war. And we're talking about Korean, war where soldiers are shooting guns out on the field, that kind of war. It's not an information war, it's an actual war. They've lived through that. So their entire mentality is about survival. And, they probably didn't receive I love you from their parents. If they never received it, how would they know how to give it? So,
I know.
I mean, so all of this, I came to a complete forgiveness and just love, but I still, oh my God, my mom drives me crazy.
Is your mom
sometimes.
buying rice in bulk from Costco?
It doesn't matter how much work I do. She drives me crazy sometimes.
Is she buying rice in bulk from Costco, like a big bag of rice?
I don't know if she does.
I think she does.
Maybe she does.
People who been
But
to war,
it's fine.
she'll just go there and be like, I want 20 bags of rice.
I mean, that's
The
fine.
big bag of rice right now.
If she wants 20 bags of rice, get 20
I think
bags
she's
of
getting
rice.
it.
I gave up.
People who
on
go
stuff
through
like
wars,
that.
they'll do that.
Yeah.
They want to pile everything up
Oh,
in
yeah,
order the war
yeah.
come back.
Yeah, in Korea, we used to live with our grandfather, and our family, my dad's side is from North Korea. not defectors, but they were from North Korea. They migrated over during war, and we all sat in the table to dine together. And if we left even one grain of rice in the rice bowl, he would be really upset because food is life, and it's the greatest. Like, it's the most precious thing that you could have. And like when we were children, and in Korea, there is no such a thing as children's menu or children's food. You ate what the adults ate. And if we didn't like certain food and we weren't eating everything, like my grandfather would flip the table over and say, if you're not hungry and you're just picking on your food, you don't deserve to eat.
I love that.
We have to eat.
That's why, and
I love eating.
Yeah, that's why Chinese and Koreans, we don't have food allergy. You can't afford it. Like your grandpa's gonna slap the shit out of you. You can't afford the food allergy. You eat everything.
Yeah.
Or you just eat nothing.
Yeah.
Then you can't afford the food allergy.
Yeah, and then there is no such a thing as children's food.
No.
So you just eat what the adults eat.
If it's
and
spicy, you eat it.
Yeah, when you like take things in a smaller increments, your body just adapts to it. And yeah, so I'm like super healthy. I went to get my body checkup with my doctor, and he's like, I can't believe how healthy you are. Like, you have nothing wrong with you. I'm like, thank you.
Thanks to your mom and your grandpa.
Yeah.
They soldiered you up.
I mean, like in the 70s in Korea, probably I ate everything was organic, like growing up.
Yeah.
And we ate variety of food, including a lot of vegetable. We didn't eat a lot of meat growing up. We ate a lot of seafood.
Yeah.
And probably everything was organic, and it's one of the reason I'm like healthy as I am. And it actually helped me with my entrepreneurial journey, because if you are not feeling well or tired or sick all the time, when do you have time to work? Like, if you really want to be successful, if other people are putting in 8 hours, you better put in 12, 14, 15 hours a day. And I remember I was literally working, I don't know, I was working 24/7, let's just say, because I was working my dreams too. Like, I would dream about cosmetics, like, but and I actually forgot about some of it, but one of my ex-employee, I connected with one of my ex-employee, and she was telling me about, do you remember when you used to send emails at 3 a.m.? And I'm like, I did? I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
But like when I do send emails at 2 or 3 a.m., not because I'm not expecting a reply. I just send it so they could see it the next morning. So I don't forget about it.
Yeah, so they can get it done the day off, because if you don't send it, there's time to process it. That's why some of my staff hate me. But then we're like, you know what? We feel bad for you. You work so hard. Sometimes you are going crazy. We forgive you, because we are literally have never seen somebody in company work that hard. So we just feel bad for you. We just do what you ask us to do, because we just understand like why you are still up. I don't have a choice, because when you love something, it's just like you wanted to do whatever it takes to make it happen.
Yeah, and that's all you want to do anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why somebody's like, well, what happens if I don't want to have what happens if I want to have a plan B? I'm worried. I'm like, I don't have a plan B.
There is no plan B.
Yeah, but like if you want a plan B, you don't want it that much.
Yeah.
If you don't want that much, you are not going to put in the work.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that there are people who want it as much as you or more than you, putting in the work. And if you want their success and you don't want putting in the work, you are not going to get it. It's very easy. You're not going to get it.
Yeah.
People don't get it.
It's very simple, actually.
It's very simple.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah, I have people like ask me, like, I wanted to become a paid regular at Love Factory, but like I don't want to go on Tuesday to sit there from 12 noon to 5 p.m. to get an audition spot. It's like, have you ever done that? I've been doing it for years, a year and a half outside. They're like, I can't do that to myself. I'm like, then you are not going to become a regular. Tiffany Haddish did it. Whitney Cummings did it. You are better than them. Like, because people just like, they don't want to. They're like, but I have so much photo. I don't want to be embarrassing myself. I'm like, if you think waiting for an audition in your dream job is embarrassing yourself, maybe that's not what you want. You want to be glamorous. The comedy is not glamorous. It's just not a job that's glamorous. You have to. That's why, like, I admire you so much because at Asian Society, when you gave the best acceptance speech ever, you talked about being an immigrant,
Aw,
and you make us all of us girls with yellow skin to feel like we are American.
no
It's
one
still the
actually.
American dream.
I
The spirit of the
I don't
American dream.
understand how Asians got colored yellow because no one has yellow skin.
Yeah, like a minion.
Like who
you're
has yellow skin? And the thing
Minions.
is, have you been to Asia? Like, have you actually been to Asia? Like, have you been to Korea? Have you been to China?
Oh,
Have
very
you been to
pale.
Japan? The Asian girls are whiter
Whiter.
than white people.
Yeah,
They're like white, like
translucent.
like white,
they are
like
absolutely-
actual white.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I when you talked about being an immigrant, the spirit of America, and then you talked about that when you had the video, you like I had 3 people working for me, I, myself,
Me,
something-
myself, and I.
yeah, I was like I was so happy and I was crying because that's what I've been doing and that's what you're doing and how far you went. And you set such an example for Asian women. It's
But
just-
look at you.
Thank you.
Like, seriously, you've become a huge star.
Thank
I'm so
you.
proud of you.
I'm so honored that we have this beautiful friendship because I loved like when you took me out to have Italian food in your office in Larchmont,
Oh, yeah.
and it was I ate a lot of noodles and you tell me to eat more. You're like eat. I'm like, oh my god.
I'm like the Asian mom.
Yeah, you're the Asian mom, and because I'm going to New York, and I told you like whenever I tour, I lose weight because I forgot to eat.
Uh-huh.
I got so busy. It was just like a very beautiful moment. I didn't really get into your building. I want to see the beautiful building in your office. I would
Come
love to go
anytime.
tour there, go take a look. But it was just we have such a friendship people don't see beyond social media.
Yeah.
Because me screaming when you're on stage at Asian Society and all the girls, but like we also like. You came to my birthday. It's really, really beautiful. Like I get to see you and who are you in real life?
Oh,
Because people see all people see different, Tony. Also, like I have this question I want to ask you. Have you ever received that's stupid to ask racism in business, in the beauty business?
What is that?
Racism, like being an Asian
Oh,
woman.
racism.
Like you felt that something
Mm.
was towards you because you are a woman or an Asian woman in beauty.
I'm sure there was bunch, but I'm sure like there was bunch, but I don't remember any like specific incident. But I remember when I first started, I went to a trade show, and this was a professional trade show, and there was this product that I saw on their display that I liked, and I wanted to just get a costing on it. So I went and I called the salesperson and I said, "How much is this?" And it was almost like that Pretty Woman moment where they like look at me head to toe, and they're like, "We only sell in volume," meaning like big
Bulk.
wholesale, with a big bulk,
Just
like
think you can't
wholesale.
afford it.
Yeah. But, like incidents like that, like it doesn't really upset me that much because I mean, I was 26 and, like this was like 1999 or 2000 or something. And back then, young women just did not start the business. So, I could see why one person could react in the way that that person did. So, I mean, if you just like dissect it a little bit and put yourself in their shoes, I may have had the same reaction too. So I'm not upset.
I
about things
love
like
that answer from you because that really it really makes sense why you are Tony Cole. It's because I remember when Joan Rivers, she said something. She said, I have a young female comedian came to me, asked me, how do I make it in comedy as a female comedian? And she's like, I told them, remove the female in the equation. How do I become a comedian? And she said, life is not fair.
Mhm.
It's not fair for women. But at the same time, do not use a woman card because you already know they are not gonna be nice to you because you are a woman. So you work twice as hard, 5 times as hard. You work like a motherfucker. You work so hard that they forget you are a woman. Then you get whatever the man's getting, and you are not competing as a woman. You compete as a fucking monster. You fucking destroy those bitches. Like you just work so hard, get so funny. They just have to have you because you fucking sell. When you are there, they make more money. they forget your gender.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it. Don't ask me as a woman. There's no such thing as a woman. No, just don't say that. That's what I see when you know, you just don't try to be a victim. Be like, oh, because I'm an Asian female, you're like, I was young, I looked young, and I look at somebody, maybe I can't afford it. So that's how they react that way. So I want to get that fucking order. I don't care what you talk to me. I want that order. Like, I want to get that. That's what you wanted. You didn't want to be like, oh, they didn't like me. Fuck them. Like, that's how I felt. Like, people were like doing Asian accents. There's comedians doing open mic. The open mic host, they would do a fake Chinese accent, bring me up. I don't be like, fuck off, you are racist. I'm just like, that sounds pretty good. You can play racist on TV. And I just keep talking. And then later I would book that person on my show. And when I was like, I remember I was doing the open mic at a comedy store. There's a guy who's on a wheelchair. And there's a slope going to the comedy store. Before we do the audition open mic, everybody in the Starbucks is like a slope. People go up. And then the guy on the wheelchair, he rolled down. And all the comedians laugh at him. They're like, ha, 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 ha. You are a cripple and you want to do comedy? Ha, ha, ha. And I would go there in my high heels with my Birkin bag just to push him up and push him out there. People start looking at me like, oh, is that your Filipino nurse?
That's actually funny.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm his girlfriend. I fuck him. And they were like, they just like got so shocked. I don't feel bad. I just like playful. I'm like, yeah, I'm an Asian woman. There's a lot of Filipino nurses. Yeah. You know, those people are just like saying that. I'm not going to be like, fuck all of you. So instead I see something funny back. And because I know I'm going to be headlining all over the world. I don't give a fuck those people are going to be saying stupid shit. Like, I think it's funny. I'm like, that's funny. And then, you know, the guy in the wheelchair, you know, he's like, he's very grateful. And I want people to feel human because I wasn't treated like a human when I was growing up because I was a girl. I wasn't enough. You know, it's just like, I admire the thing you said when they treated you like that. And that makes sense why you are Tony Cole.
Well, a few things. I actually think being a female is a big advantage. Like, you know, like being a woman, you could get away with so much shit.
I love
like
that.
Literally, like, so don't look for the bad, like look for the good in it and say, how am I going to maximize this experience in this body that I have?
Yeah.
And just maximize whatever you have and use it to your advantage, you know? Yeah. It's all in your mind, right? If you think it's a disadvantage, it's a disadvantage. If you think it's an advantage, then it becomes your advantage. And at the same time, in Korean, okay, so this is like a direct translation. So I don't know if it's going to sound right. But we have saying, you go around shit, not because you're scared of that shit. You go around it because it's dirty.
That makes sense. Tony, so what is, I know there's no easy way to do it, but like, what is the secret of you building your enormous wealth, still maintain the Tony? Like, you look like you are still in your 20s. Like, you still get so excited when you see a flower. Like, you're shocked, excited that there's geese in your pool. Like, you get, like, you just get still like a little girl. You get excitement over the little things. How, like, it's just, I don't see. I have a lot of wealthy friends. Not to brag, but I do. But you are probably very few, the only one who is like giggling over little things, like, which it's so refreshing for me to see, and I wanted to know how, because it's so beautiful to see, you know.
I'm just really immature. No. So I've recently heard that the Native Americans, they do not acknowledge you as an adult till you're 51 years old. I'm 50, so I have one more year to go until I fully mature.
That's so cute.
Until then, I'm just going to be immature, and that's fine. And I'm not talking about immature like, you know, being naughty and stuff like that. But I think we just need to find a way to stay joyful, and joyful leads to youthful as well. I stayed a month in Hawaii during COVID. It was November of 2020. I went 2 weeks after Hawaii opened up again, and I stayed a month. And when I stayed in Hawaii for 1 month, and this was the first time ever in my entire life, me taking a vacation that was that long, and I honestly had almost I almost had like a heart attack thinking about going away for a month, and that was because I was so nervous about like going away for a month. But what I realized was, as an adult, we forget how to play, and learning how to play is so very important. When you're children, everything is a play. But when you're adult, you get so removed from the play aspect that you actually have to relearn how to play.
Yeah.
And I relearned how to play while I was in Hawaii in 2020. And I make sure that I dedicate my time to playtime. And you could turn anything into a play.
Yeah.
This could be a play right now.
We can be a play.
Yeah.
And, I guess I need to ask the most important question. What is your advice to your little sister, Jiaoying Summers, who is freshly divorced, lost all her money, but having a career that's blowing up, to focus on comedy and build wealth? Like, how do I build wealth at this moment? I take care of my mom, my kids. Your advice if you were in my shoes.
Don't focus on money. Money come and go.
Mhm.
Money come and go. And if you chase money, it'll never come to you.
Mhm.
If you chase it, it never comes to you. It's same thing. Relationship, love, like whatever that is. If you chase it, it's not gonna come to you.
Mhm.
And actually, money is a beautiful energy. So I think everybody needs to not be cynical about making money or wanting to make money. It's a relationship with the money that you have. That's very important. So I actually love money. I think it's a beautiful thing. I could take a friend out to dinner. I could.
You took me out to dinner.
Yeah,
in the fanciest restaurants.
I
at
could
Gucci.
treat people. I could donate money to different charities. You could do so many great things. But a lot of the times, people develop very negative relationship with money. So you need to remove that first. And it's also a byproduct. It's not the product that you chase after. It's a byproduct. So just continue doing what you're doing. Like continue kicking ass in what you do. You're literally kicking ass. You're excelling at everything that you're doing. And if you get really, 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 really good at what you do, money's gonna just come to you automatically.
Like an ocean.
It's like an ocean, the wave. Like you cannot
wave.
stop it from coming to you.
You can't ask it to come. You can't stop it from coming.
Yeah. It's just gonna come to you. So it's a byproduct.
Yeah.
So just focus on your craft and be the best that you can be. Be the best in the industry and whatever you do. And it's just going to come to you naturally. And when you come to you, say, thank you for coming to me. Let's go have some fun. And you take your friends out. You make donations. You have to do good with money though.
Yeah. That's the Asian culture.
Yeah. You have to remove two things. You have to remove greed and you have to remove ego from the money. If you take those two things out, it becomes the most beautiful energy that you could have.
I love that.
And you can have so much fun.
I love that. That's amazing. Like 上善若水 is a Chinese saying, which I think of you.
上善若水.
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 Yes.
What does
it's
that
like
mean?
I love to give kindness. Like I surround myself it's like how water surrounds things with itself. Like I think of myself as the water. I surround people with kindness from my heart. Like the way you give people kindness is not like the money you give them. Hey, here's throwing some money at you. I'm rich. It's like you don't even know I'm giving it to you, but like I give it to you like the water surrounding things. Like, it's like you don't feel it, but next thing you know, it's all over you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like providing employment.
Yeah, like providing things.
Yeah. So, it's like you have an obligation. When you create certain wealth, you have an obligation. Like you can't like put it in a bank account and just like wanting it to just stay there and compounding interest on. No, you have to go spend it. Like I almost look at it as sometimes I tell my friends like, please let me buy you dinner or like, please let me pay for this because if I don't, bad karma is gonna come to me.
It's like a 破财消灾. My mom said like letting money go towards places is gonna resolve a future bad karma because when you have so much power and money, if you don't give back, it's gonna be taken away from you because you don't deserve to have it.
Exactly.
like we see so many examples when kids was born with a big trust fund, the parenting was wrong. They think they can do whatever they want. They end up overdose in jail because they don't give anything and they don't earn the money. The money end up becoming something bad. They would do better if they had zero money. They won't. They'll be still alive.
Yeah, I think what it is a lot of people do give, right? But I think what everybody has to perfect and get to a point is you have to give without wanting anything in return.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, we're all human and we have our feelings, right? So like if I'm like taking a friend out and buying this person a meal and drink it over and over and over and over and over again, and then this person never reciprocates, then of course, like, there are moments you're like, oh my God, I'm always paying. I feel like I'm being used, da 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 da. But you have to like get over it, like you have to get over, I did this for this person. Why isn't this person doing it for me? Or like you just have to get over that hurdle. And if you just give out of pure joy because you want to and you expect nothing back, then you get there's no feelings hurt, there's no ego hurt, there's no there's no anger towards that person, and that just become really pure, and it just becomes pure love.
Yeah, I think that's what you call, I guess, unconditional love. That you just give without thinking anything in return. You are happier that way.
Yeah. And it's not an easy
It's
thing.
hard.
I mean, like theoretically it is very easy to do,
Mhm.
but in practice it's really hard.
Because we want to
And
get loved back.
yeah, because everybody just wants to be loved at the end of the day.
Mhm.
Every single person just wants to be loved at the end of the day. And everybody has a different love language as well. But it's something that, I mean, I don't force any of my beliefs or ideology on others. I share,
Mhm.
but it's something that I practice
Mhm.
all the time.
Mhm.
And there are moments where I do get my feelings hurt,
Mhm.
but like I quickly just tell myself, I'm like, no, I'm like my mind is going down the wrong path, so I better like dial it back and stay focused.
Yeah.
Stay on track.
I think I'm very inspired by what you told me about money. I feel like I am very good at giving advice about. I think I can, from my life experiences and what I have achieved, I cannot conclude the thing you just told me, the wisdom you just told me, because you have to learn, experience it to get the wisdom. So I can only go as far as I can only see today if I make the best content. I keep on working. I keep doing things. I can get the show sold. I can, therefore, I don't worry too much. So I can do a good show performance. But I worry about, oh my God, like I lost all my money. Like, how can I maintain my life? I don't think the way you think as like, if I've been doing the thing I do, everything will come. Everything will be fine. But now I just feel like I'm more at ease. I'm like, I am doing 8 shows a night, and I'm getting better at this craft day by day. So everything's gonna be fine. Because Tony said that if you become the best at what you do, you have to resist it. It's gonna come to you. Like fortune, fortune and fame is gonna be there. You're gonna take care of everything. But because like I have not achieved what you have achieved, it's just like hard for me to believe I'm getting better in comedy. It's gonna lead me into more success. And he'll tell me, yes, don't worry. So I just think I should just stop worrying so much. Just like
Yeah.
be proud of who I am, what
Yeah.
I do.
And, and it's not like I created my wealth overnight I didn't pull it out of thin air. I put in 15 years of work.
You knock doors to sell lipsticks.
I put
How old
in
you
15
were?
years. I started the company when I was 25 years old, and I sold the company by the time I was 40. So I put in 15 years of my life. And how many years have you been in comedy?
4 years.
4 years. So you got 11 more years to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine your wealth, but like 10% of your wealth would be better for me. But it's all gonna happen.
Of course.
Yeah.
Believe.
I believe that.
Oh, yeah, totally. If you believe, it becomes reality.
That's
Yeah,
so empowering.
But you just have to allow yourself to like really believe. And it happens. The universe will deliver everything to you.
Thank you. I am gonna remember this moment. Bobby was like, Jiaoying, you are gonna become millionaire before you know it.
Who?
In a year, Bobby Lee.
I know. I can't believe you had Bobby Lee, and now I'm on it. Like he's like he's a celebrity.
He is a Korean icon.
I was like, Zhao,
You are
why
a Korean
do you
icon.
want me on your
I want
show?
you. I
Like,
want to be a
literally,
billionaire
why
like
do
you.
want me
I want to
on
be
your
graceful like you. I also like want to survive my mom like you survive your mom. I just feel like I saw you take your dad to opera, to like classical music.
Yeah.
How's your relationship with dad?
How's
your relationship with dad?
relationship with my father?
With dad, yeah.
Oh, it's very complicated.
Mhm.
Like extremely complicated.
In Chinese, we say 父爱如山,沉默不语. The love from the father is like the mountain. It's quiet, it never speaks, but it's there. Is that explain something about your father?
I hope so.
It's very cute. Like I see your story. You take him to concerts.
Yeah, I have taken him to Andrea Bocelli. I have taken him to Andre Rieu. Yeah, to several places. I have taken him on trips as well. My dad's been to 120 countries. He's an avid traveler. And next year I'm taking him to Bhutan. So Bhutan is one country, like out of 100, he's been to 120 and like he just couldn't go to Bhutan. And it's a trip that I had booked for him in 2020. I was going to take him, but COVID happened and it just got pushed out. But next year I'm taking him. He's 82 years old and, it's probably his Shangri-La. And I want to be good to, so you have the Chinese version, right? In Korean version, it's a little bit different. But here, this is a Korean version of how you treat your parents is that you cannot be good to them when they're in their grave.
That's so similar. Chinese like 子欲孝而父母不在. Like the kid wants to express their gratitude towards their parents, but they are already gone.
Yeah.
So every year is like fleeting. Every year you just grab it like this last year.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so true. And also Chinese say 孝顺. 孝 means be good to your parents. 顺 means everything goes well with you. Everything goes well with you after be good to your parents. So if you are not good with your parents, you are not going to have a good life.
Yeah.
Your life is going to become fucked up because you are an ungrateful motherfucker. And
ungrateful motherfucker.
So you can't, your work won't go well, your love life, your kids won't listen. It all explains why you are an asshole to your parents.
No, that's because you are basically your parents, right? You're their living version of themselves. Immortality. We talk about immortality, right? In Korean, 진시황.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? We call it 진시황. Emperor Qin, who went
Qin Shi Huang.
Qin Shi Huang
Wants to live forever.
Forever. Immortality. Yeah. He sent people to find him the medicine or like
to live forever.
to live forever. Immortality. So we talk about immortality.
The first
right?
emperor of Qin.
The only immortality that is currently possible for human is through your children, because that's your DNA and your cell passing down. Mm-hmm. So if you have your children, that is you. If you have your parents, that is you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hate your parents, then basically you're hating yourself. And if you hate yourself, how are things gonna turn out well?
Exactly. That's why I just, when I see people easily just call their mom bitch or based on they didn't do anything they want, I'm just like, how can you be still alive calling your mom bitch? Imagine Tony, Korean girl, Chinese girl, wait, anything like you are not gonna be alive. It's just like you won't forgive yourself for saying that. It's just you can't do that in Asian culture, like being ungrateful to that level over she didn't come to my ballet recital.
Yeah, and the thing is,
wow,
your children basically
are gonna treat you the way you treat your parents.
Yeah. So if you treat your parents very poorly, your children are gonna see that and they're gonna treat you poorly. So,
yeah,
I don't have children.
Also, why I wanted to not let my ex-husband be so abusive towards me is because I don't want my kids to grow up like that. My son's gonna be an abusive guy. My daughter is gonna be with an asshole. Mm-hmm. It's not healthy for them. Mm-hmm. I think it's very funny. We are trauma bonding. Like, what's the funny thing your mom will tell you when you're wearing an outfit she didn't like?
A funny thing she would tell
Because for you and I, when she
me.
say something mean, Americans are gonna shock. We're just gonna laugh about it because
Yeah.
we understand why they say that.
No, but I'm the one who tells her stuff when I don't like what she's wearing.
It's like yeah, but
I became her mom now.
but she laugh about it, right?
Well, she listens to me now.
That's hilarious.
But,
My mom listened to me now too with her bad outfits.
yeah. No, but my mom would say things like, oh, like it's always about the weight. So I have this weird relationship with my weight.
Me too.
And
It's
like
same
I
with the
was
weight. It's
obsessed. I'm much better now. But I was literally obsessed with my weight. I would go on the scale every day. And like my weight fluctuates like 10 pounds up and down here and there because I retain water very easily.
you
if
like
I
to
eat
drink
salty
water before you go to
food.
sleep, right?
Yeah.
Me too.
So, but my mom would say things like I'll come over to her house for a lunch on Sunday or something, and she'll take a look at me and she would say things like, there's a lady in my gym. She has 3 children and she's skinnier than you.
I think your mom and my mom should go out for tea. Okay, the extension towards that is like they say evil things because they love you is really true because my maid, she literally worked for me. She's a Chinese woman, and she and my mom they talk, and I remember like my husband moved out, we got divorced, and I got a house. I'm buying him out from the house, whatever. He got all the rest houses. Like I was like literally I was just laying in bed. She come to me with chicken soup. My maid, she goes, you should drink chicken. You should drink some chicken soup. Your face look too dark and yellow. I'm like, okay. She goes, you should go to the gym now. You really need to lose weight. Like your husband already left. You think you if you don't work out, you can find another man? I'm like, lady, I was like laughing in my heart. I'm like, I can't believe it. She thinks she's literally like loving me. Like my mom is just like overly angry. She's looking. She's like. I'm just like, what's wrong, mom? Who died? She goes, I'm like, what? She goes, did you look at yourself in the mirror? I said, yeah. She goes, do you like it? I said, no. She's like, good. Like it's like they think they are like literally loving you. Like my maid, she would say that to me. In American culture, if your maid say that to you, it's like you are fired.
Unacceptable.
No, but she literally with love.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm gonna make you like a huangqi, which is a Chinese medicine to, I don't know, like remove the water weight from my body. I'm gonna make the huangqi drink tea so you can remove the water weight from your body. But like you have to sweat and you have to go to yoga and you have to run. But you are still young. You can still get a husband if you want. I'm like, but I don't want a husband. She's like, just because you need to lose weight doesn't mean you don't have a chance. I'm just like, I pay you to verbally abuse me. Oh God. It's amazing. And she would be like, there's a lady.
Yeah. But the thing is, if that was in China, maybe it's not considered verbal abuse.
It's
maybe
normal.
That's
it's love.
Form of care.
Yeah, it's literally a form of care.
Yeah. And it is trauma to us because we come from one culture, but we got plugged into a different culture where things that are okay in that culture is now an abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this weird situation where, you're Chinese, but you're also American. I'm Korean, but I'm also American. And we are like when I go to Korea, I don't feel Korean.
Yeah, me too. When in America, you're like, you're so dark, but you look good, but like you're so dark. I'm like, I don't care what you want. I don't want anybody to want to fuck me. I want to get tanned. I don't want to bleach my skin. I love my skin. Like the way how much you love your skin shock them. Like they're like, you don't have to be aggressive because you are too dark. I'm like, I love being too dark. They get shocked because it's just like two different culture.
Yeah. So, we come from one culture but plugged into another where this over here is appropriate, over here is not appropriate. So
yeah, it's
a lot of confusion. I think especially our generation, that 1.5 generation, not like the complete first generation or like the second or the third generation.
I'm
like
the first
that
generation, actually.
I'm like
you're 1.5.
1.5.
Came here when you're like 7?
13.
Wow. So your Korean is like you're a Korean speaker. You're a native.
Korean.
You're
this
native.
is like my learned language.
Your
That's why I
second
have
language is
accent.
English.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
ESL, English as second
Me too,
language.
ESL, yeah.
Yeah, especially living in LA. That's the thing. Like when you see like Asian people from East Coast, they speak completely differently because there are less Asians in East Coast.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more Asians in the West Coast. So you hang out with your people.
Mhm.
So I hung out with a lot of Korean people
Mhm.
and we spoke in Korean.
Mm-hmm. It's wonderful. So I want you to give some advice for young entrepreneurs. I know you get this question a lot, but like I want you to not filter yourself. Just like Tony Cole, the entrepreneur, would speak as like very filtered and try to be nice. But like, what happens if you're telling your younger sister, like you can tell her the truth, rather than be like a, kind of like a sugar coated, like the Asian.
Can I put some sugar on?
A little bit, like an Asian sister, Asian big sister.
It's better to be sweeter.
Yeah, a
than
big Asian
bitter.
sister. Yeah, like listen.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable.
Yeah, like just like for example, like if Tony, I'm your little sister Jiaoying. Like I want to become entrepreneur in beauty or anything else. I don't think there's any difference. You did beauty, but if you are in real estate, you still make it. Like in tech, it's the same spirit. Being an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Like what advice you would give them? Or me, like your younger sister. Like I want to do it.
Yeah. Well, free is the most expensive, but free can also be the most valuable. Like how before interns used to come in and they will work for free for 3 months. And I don't know if it's a like county law or California law or like a national federal law, but you can, it's really hard to get interns for free now. You have to pay them a minimum wage. But I think it's actually a disservice to kids in college or in high school, like who may want an intern job. And it's not because it's about the money, because now companies are hiring less and less interns because you actually have to put them on your payroll. And once you put them on your payroll, they become a liability and you don't want liability. So there are less intern jobs available. But here's the thing. If you allow people to work for free for an intern, yes, maybe for those 3 months, maybe for, how many hours, you did not make dollar as an income, like money as an income, but the wealth of knowledge, the wealth of experience, the wealth of network, the wealth just being around the environment, that is priceless.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been taken away by the government, actually, which I think is very shameful.
Yeah.
So like if I were starting out, if I like literally had a little sister, I would tell her to like, what do you want to do? Do you want to do fashion? Do you want to do comedy? Do you want to do, I don't know, beauty? Do you want to do like tech, whatever? Go to the company that you want or like, and beg them to give you free internship.
I think
but by law, the companies cannot actually. Yeah. Sometimes I get asked by my friends to bring their own, like have their children work for me as an intern. And I have to turn them down because it's illegal for me to have somebody who's to work for me as an intern. So that, and like having a job is considered going to school while getting paid. Like people, you go to school, you get your MBA and you're spending a lot of money to learn the things that you could get a job and learn at work while getting paid. So, that, I mean, there's so many, but my back hurts.
Okay, we're almost done. I just wanted, before we finish, I just wanted to tell you that when you said that the internship is so precious, because when I was watching Succession, Roman, the third son, and he's like, he has a kid instinct. But like he just like this rich kid, he just never really worked. And he's asking Jerry, who is the woman who knows everything about the business in the TV show Succession on HBO. Like he's like, how can I make my father take me seriously? I want to become the person who become the CEO. Like what should I do? She's like, you want real advice? Go to the training program for the company from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Go through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Literally go down to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
How it works. He's like, what the fuck? And he went there, there's like literally for like interns, like newcomers training stuff. Like that's like you want to be on the top, but like if you don't know what's going on the bottom, you just can't fucking do it. You can't. You don't know how it works. And I really feel like the knowledge. I watch my mom running restaurants. She has 3 restaurants in China. It's not like what you do is huge, but like still I know how business works. When I started comedy, I realized I needed the hours, 10,000 hours to be good. So I know I need the hours. I don't want to do any shortcut. I bought a club and I didn't hire anybody. I host 10 hours. I clean the bathroom. I mop the floor. I take the trash out. I clock every comedian. I told myself, I said, in 3 months, I'm going to hire people. If I never done that, I don't know how they can lie to me about what's going on. I close next day. But if I know how it works for 3 hours, 3 months, I'll tell them what to do. And when they lie to me, I know what they're saying. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's so important what you said. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yeah. So I heard Hyatt, that
Hotel.
Hyatt chain, the hotel. I heard that it doesn't matter what your role is. Like you have to start at a valet parking or like a bellman or something. And I think that's like really wonderful. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, you better know how to go to the warehouse and pack boxes and move boxes. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I learned so much. I feel like I'm going to become really, really rich by Christmas.
You are.
I think so. I'm like, I really feel like that way. Where can we find you?
Huh?
Where can we find you on social media? Where can we
Find me on social
you on social media? Yeah.
Instagram.
Tony Co.
Tony Co. But I have nothing interesting on my Instagram.
Yeah, but
like it's basically like my photo album.
I'm inspired following you, looking at your stories. I always giggle. You always have like, I'm the comedian. Why is she making me laugh? I follow all the comedians, but you make me laugh. It's like all the group of geese.
Are you laughing at me or with me?
With you. I'm like, they invade her pool. Like they literally invade your pool. In Korea, they'll be like, we'll eat them. Like you come to my pool, you big fat geese. Like, but here you're like, oh, let's call the animal control. When it release those people, those goose.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I hope to come over to your house and listen to the thing that makes me happier.
Anytime.
The sound, whatever it is. I love it so much. I still remember it. I'm like, Mom, I need to get that rich people thing at Tony's house.
You're hilarious.
Thank you so much, sister. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm gonna get really rich by Christmas. I can have a feeling. This is my new application of I don't give a fuck. I'm getting funnier every day.
Yeah.